Welcome everyone to the Real Whovians cast. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212. Hello everybody. This is unexpected, but I'm talking about Doctor Who again. Oh my God. So recently, because there's no Doctor Who news, whenever something happens where somebody's talking about it, the entire community jumps on it, regardless of it being fact checked or proven or whatever. And at this point in time, it doesn't matter who's saying it. Everybody and their mother are commenting about it, making videos about it, making podcasts and live streams around it. And I just am looking at the situation. And again, there is no news. So nobody should be talking about it because there really isn't anything to talk about. But every week it's like, oh, this old writer is angry at Doctor Who, and this guy served Russell T Davies coffee 5 years ago, and this person is a disgruntled actor, and this. So like every single week it's some bullshit going on, okay, and it's sickening, right? And then when Bad Wolf responds, then everybody's coming after Bad Wolf like they're fucking wrong, or something's wrong with them, or they're horrible for criticizing a former writer that hasn't been with the show in ages, because really, uh, he hasn't been. So he really has no right to comment about what's going on with Doctor Who now because he has no idea. But of course, everybody wants, thinking, oh, you hear Doctor Who writer, and it's like, oh my God, there they are speaking out. No, not one of Russell's writers from season 1 and 2 has spoken out against the show or against the team or against Bad Wolf or anything. These are people from the past that are just talking and giving opinions. And in some cases, people are forcing actors to speak out on it when they weren't going to talk about it. You know, people are like, hey, Millie Gibson, now that Doctor's not on, could you tell us the truth about what happened? And then, of course, she's like, oh, I couldn't even say anything. And like, oh, here we go. Here we go. Now, Carol Ann Ford, they're talking to her. They're desperate for something to talk about Doctor Who. So now we got Radio Free Scaro, right? Who does a podcast, comes out and says that their sources say that the war between the land and the sea is coming out in December, not next year, and that Disney won't air it until next year, but BBC will have it first. And this is a sign that Disney Plus is done with Doctor Who. So, with all due respect to Eddie from Radio Freak Scaro, no offense to Eddie, okay, but I have to give my 2 cents on it. From what I understand, that's complete bullshit, obviously. Um, they're not common sense, first of all. Forget about sources, forget about, all this bullshit. Let's talk common fucking sense. You're Disney Plus, you gave them tons of fucking money to do a spinoff. Why would you give them tons of money to do a spinoff if you're not going to fucking air it first on your streaming service? You mean to tell me they're going to give them all that money to do the spinoff and they're going to get it 2 months later? This isn't a movie where it's going to be in the movie theaters and then they get it months later like Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four is in the theater and then Disney Plus gets it in November. No, 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 no. Disney Plus paid for this. Why would they pay all that money to get a repeat on the streaming service? They wouldn't. It'd either be they get it first or they would air it at the same time as the BBC. So, all due respect, but common sense is not at play here. Okay? They're not thinking common sense because that would never fucking happen ever. Even if Disney was dumping Doctor Who, that wouldn't fucking happen. It would air on Disney Plus either first or at the same fucking time after all the money was spent. So no. Now, again, common sense. It is October 27th. You need to properly promote it if it's going to come out Christmas time now. And they're not. They're not promoting it now. And you wouldn't promote it like a month. Like if all that money was spent, they're not going to promote it 1 month before it comes out. They want the ratings. They didn't just throw money into it to dump it. They want it to do well. Even if they were, which I'm not saying they are dumping Doctor Who, but nobody's going to throw that kind of money into Doctor Who spinoff and want it to fail. So they're going to promote it for a couple months. They're going to air it first on Disney Plus or at the same time as BBC. And that's what's going to happen. And it's not going to be, you're not going to release it at Christmas because you would be promoting it now. You would put new trailers out. You'd be doing all kinds of shit. They're not doing shit. Okay? So, if anything does emerge Christmas, it has nothing to do with the spinoff. All right? And again, there's still time for that Christmas special. But, again, you know, we do have the Children in Need thing. I don't know if they're going to do anything with Doctor Who, but as far as my opinion goes, on the reality war ending, which I wasn't proud of and I hated, I feel that that's Rose Tyler saying, "Oh, hello," and then you would see her looking at the side of the TARDIS, like, "Oh, hello, TARDIS," because she doesn't have a TARDIS in her universe. She's with her Metacrisis doctor boyfriend, but they don't have a TARDIS. So she would be like, "Oh, hello, TARDIS," and then we would see where it goes from there. Maybe we would see that the Doctor currently is transported onto, you know, that universe with the Metacrisis Doctor. They swap places or whatever. But she's not the Doctor, so let's just get that clear. Nobody thinks she's the Doctor. Russell never intended her to be the Doctor, just he intended it to be like a fucking what the fuck moment, which it was. It was. But anyway, no, you're not going to spend all that money for a spinoff for a rush job release in December, not even on Disney Plus. It doesn't work like that. You know, anybody reporting it like that, that's fucking ridiculous. And you don't need to have a source to fucking know common sense wise. That's complete bullshit. Okay? If you're reporting that, you don't stop and think for a minute that you've been reporting Doctor Who for fucking decades, that common sense that makes no fucking sense. That they would give like what, 100 million or whatever the fuck it is, how much money they spend on this fucking spinoff, and they're not gonna have it first, and they're not gonna promote it for months. See, the problem is that everybody wants Doctor Who to fail. Not everybody, but there's that quadrant in the Whovian community of Whovians that wanted to fail under RTD2, right? So they're only talking about that. They're never talking about it in a positive light. They're never talking about it anything good. They're never talking about shit that makes sense because, you know, for it to make sense, that means that it might be a success. And they don't want it to be a success. So they're biased. And all of a sudden, they have no common sense that, oh shit, they spent a lot of money on the spinoff Oh shit, they got to promote it for months because they want you to believe the narrative that Disney is done with Doctor Who. So let me reiterate, okay? And again, this is not me talking about sources. This is common motherfucking sense. All right? Common sense. Okay? You're not going to spend all that money and make it fail. They want it to succeed because they invested money in it. You don't just piss money away. They don't do that. Disney doesn't do that. Disney's not Warner Brothers. Well, Warner Brothers will make a whole fucking movie like Batgirl and scrap it so you never see it, or spend the whole goddamn money, over 100, whatever the money they spent, 100 million or more on Scooby-Doo sequel, and trash it in the garbage so you can never see it. No. They fucking release shit no matter what. Even if it fucking sucks dick. They release Ironheart and all this other bullshit. Alright? And they know it sucks, like Echo and shit, but they fucking release it. They don't fucking, even Captain America, Brave New World, they release it no matter what. So, don't think for a minute that, you know, they're not going to have it on Disney Plus first. It's going to get its proper promotion. It's going to get a new trailer. They're going to start doing interviews. So, again, it's not this year. Okay? If anything were to occur with Doctor Who this year, it would be the Children in Need special and the Christmas special. But if that is not occurring, you will not see the War Between the Land and the Sea this year. Period. End of discussion. Not getting it. If there was Doctor Who, it will be Children in Need and a Christmas special. And again, it doesn't have to be a Christmas special about Billy Piper. We have the 14th Doctor on Earth with Donna Noble. And they could easily do a fucking Christmas special to revolve around those two, have nothing to do with what's going on, didn't even have to fucking mention what the fuck is going on, and could have an adventure, a Christmas special. And you wouldn't even need to spend money that much because it's a Christmas special. You wouldn't have to go fucking crazy. That's it. That's all you need. David Tennant and Catherine Tate. That's it. Maybe John Sim, because I've been saying, please, have Sasha Dewan regenerate John Sim, please. But anyway, back. But anyway, that's all you need. Even throw in Martha Jones with David Tennant. You got fucking, there you go. But you could even do the Billy Piper thing with David Tennant also. But again, I honestly, the way I feel, I think that they are going to be quiet about that for now. And they could just do Doctor Who without mentioning the 15th or the 16th Doctor. Or whatever the fuck happened. Now, in my eyes, and you're going to think, oh shit, he's motherfucking crazy. And I keep saying it. Unless I see a proper regeneration, Ncuti Gatwa is still the Doctor. Sorry. I know everybody is going crazy. They're like, you're out of your fucking mind. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit because we're all waiting for fucking Disney Plus to get on their act together and mention shit so they can go film whatever the fuck they want to film. Then Disney Plus makes an announcement, they're fucking filming. If they're free. So there you go. If Ncuti was still the Doctor, your scripts wouldn't have to fucking be changed too much. Everything can go as planned except for how, whatever the scripts were different from the finale. Probably have to tweak that because that wasn't what the finale was supposed to be, which would lead into, season 3. But as far as I'm concerned, regeneration energy cut off. Just like Stolen Earth, Journey's End. The regeneration energy went in the hands, didn't regenerate. Guess what? The Doctor's transported, the regeneration was cut off. Rose Tyler's there. I don't care. I don't fucking care. Shooty Gat was with David Tennant's Metachrist doctor. I don't care. I don't care what anybody has to say. I don't care. Unless they see it, that's what I believe. That's why he's arrogant. Shooty Gat when he's like, yeah, I think I'm going to fight a Dalek. Yeah, because you know what? Technically, until you see that completed, he's still the doctor because I didn't see him change. All I saw was a Sarah Jane Smith Adventures, Death of the Doctor, body swap with Matt Smith and Clyde, and they swap places, siphoning off the Doctor's or Clyde's Archon energy. Same thing happened. Rose Tyler is trying to find the Doctor because she needs help with the Metacrisis Doctor. Siphoning off his energy, they swap places from universes. Boom. There you go. There you go. If you remember Clyde from Sarah Jane, he had white hands. Their bodies were switching. Remember that? So could be Rose Tyler in his outfit. Why not? And then he's in her outfit. Whatever. It's possible. Fucking possible. So I'm sorry. Unless I see the change get completed properly, Shooty Gat was still a doctor as far as I'm concerned. As far as I'm concerned. So I would not be surprised one bit if you still saw Shooty Gat. And I'm the only one saying it. No one's saying it. So if it comes to pass, there you go. But anyway, another thing, you know, people were very quick when I said that the scripts were handed in and they were completed. And people called me a fraud and a liar and everything. And now these motherfuckers are all coming out and they're like, the scripts are completed. The scripts are completed. The scripts are handed in. Yeah, Who Culture announced that it was handed in. I said that how long ago? But nobody wanted to believe me, right? You all want to be like, Matrix Lord's wrong. But now that Who Culture said it, they're all saying it. I said that. Which would mean that maybe if he was gone, the scripts would have to be tweaked. But I was right. He did hand the scripts in August. They just they were waiting on Disney Plus. They were so confident that they were going to be able to film right away. That's why Shooter was going to film right away. Shooter jumps the gun and talks on Graham Norton, all excited. You know, there you go. But again, and now even two, how many times did I tell you? Season 3 is going to be the big Dalek story. I said that. They're going to be a big part of season 3. It's going to go away from the gods. It's going to be the Daleks. I said it. I said it. I even said that was the way he was supposed to regenerate. He's supposed to get killed by the Daleks. I said that Davros, the guy that played Davros, did a play with Shooty Gatwa. Russell T. Davis went to the play, whatever they asked him to be in season 3, because that's the main thing, is the Daleks. And what was the last appearance of Susan when the first Doctor left her? With the Daleks. There you go. So, Mavity, Ripples, the future's altered. You have a human motherfucking Davros. You have all different Daleks. Timeline has to be fixed because maybe they're more menacing. Who knows? But that's an excuse to have new Daleks because the timeline's changed. And you got to see that with David Tennant with the Children Need Special, which is canon. But you didn't see the Mavity thing until after. So that's your new timeline from Mavity. Even though Mavity happened after, that's what you got to see because it's in the future. So that was the plan. Is that the Daleks going to be the biggest fucking thing in the season? They were going to have, you know, there was going to be a Cyberman script that Shooty was going to fight the Cybermen. They're going to fight the Daleks. The Sylvine was rumored to appear as a Hamad, you know, Russell had introduced the Sylvine. And the only thing that was not, it was up in the air, could have been 50-50, was there was a massive thing that maybe one of the scripts was going to be The Weeping Angels by Stephen Moffat, like a Blink sequel, but with Shooty Gatwa and whoever, you know, Sally Sparrow or whatever. So that wasn't confirmed. I mean, it was talked about, it was bragged about, it was hinted about, it was rumor, like insider sources rumor. But I kept saying, go back, go watch any fucking podcast I did on the Real Whovians. How many fucking times did I tell you the Daleks were going to be in season 3? How many times? I did it so much that I was blue in the face. I told you. Flat out knew it. Flat out knew it. Flat out knew it. The script was supposed to be Cybermen also. Flat out. I kept telling you. Over and over and over. Nobody wants to believe me. But now people coming out, and I'm like, wait a minute. I said all this shit already. What the fuck? What's going on? Did everybody like watch my shit from a year ago? Over a year ago now, because it's a while. Did somebody watch my shit from years ago and now it's rehashing it like new shit? Because that's what I said. And everybody thought I'm motherfucking crazy. But now I'm not crazy. Now it's like, oh, that's our information? No. That was my shit that I covered on my channel and no one else covered that. So give credit what credit's due, because I said it over and over and over again. Oh my God! What's up, Polluted Turtle? I said it over and again, and you can never take it away from me, because I told you the scripts were handed in. Well before Who Culture told you. Well before reporters told you. Well before the BBC told you. So anybody that bashed Matrix Lord 2 and 2 saying I'm a fucking fraud and a liar has got motherfucking egg on their face now. But they won't admit that they're wrong. Oh no, they still want to talk shit. It's fine. It's fine. So there's nothing to talk about, Doctor Who, except for this shit that happened. And I'm like, you know what? All right, I'll talk about it. It's not that I'm not talking about it purposely. It's like, why bring it up if there's nothing to talk about? But I see the way everybody's going crazy. Let's get the thumbnails, boys. Let's get everything crazy. Let's get the themes. Let's get the podcast for the next fucking 3 weeks. Because Radio Free, Scar or whatever just made this fucking statement. No. What are you going to do next week? We're almost in November. You realize that if that was coming out, it would have to be a trailer like this week or next week. There's no new trailer. It's not going to be aired. It's not going to be aired. And if it was, it would be on Disney Plus at the same time as BBC or first. So that's not happening. They told you it's going to happen in 2026. That's what's going to happen. There's no change. Yet it was a change where it wasn't released and they delayed it. But once they delayed it, they're not going to undelay it. You know how stupid that sounds? You know, they're not going to make themselves look like idiots. They delayed it for a reason. It's going to stay that way. You know, no disrespect to Eddie. Sorry, Eddie. But that's not happening. You got to promote shit properly with trailers and shit and interviews and built up and talk shows and you get Graham Norton, you go, this fucking bullshit. They're not going to do that. It's not happening this year. This year is done with the war between the land and the sea. That's not happening. They have to manipulate shit. They have to like build up. They'd have to like, you know, so if I could take a guess, April, May next year. April, May next year. For the war between the land and the sea. That's it. So there you go. And again, I'm not here to battle, but I want people to remember when I say shit and stop trying to use my shit from a year later and try to pass it off like they got the insider info. I've been saying to us blue in the face that the Daleks were going to appear in season 3. From my source, flat out had the info on it. That was supposed to be a big storyline with the Daleks, and He was going to regenerate at the hands of the Daleks, but, you know, they were a big thing throughout the whole season. So I said that. But people were like, oh, you know, he's talking about Matrix. But then now you're sitting down and you're all fucking talking about it like you fucking got this news. What a fucking joke. Like, did you watch my shit from fucking over a year ago? Even and that kills me too. It's like none of these motherfuckers that were putting me down have the balls to go on their shows and say, "Oh yeah, I bashed Matrix Lord 2 and 2. I said he's a fraud, he's a liar, he's a this." But oh yeah, Russell did hand in the scripts. That's what they said. Oh yeah, but they got to be tweaked. But yeah, he did hand it in. Yeah, nobody will admit that. Now they'll listen to Who Culture will confirm it, and they'll make it like I never said anything. They'll ignore it. They won't even mention me a time because that's not real people, real men. You gotta talk shit, and then you never admit when you're wrong. When I'm wrong, I say I'm wrong. I apologize and everything, but no, I don't get that shit back. No, never. It's fucked up, by the way, but it's fine. I'll have the last laugh anyway. So, all right, you ready? Doctor Who, the Disney Plus, still together. October 27th, 2025. Who the fuck said in January 8th that Disney was done with Doctor Who and who kept fucking reported? Yeah. It's October now. Well beyond your January 8th. Well beyond that. And Disney is still with Doctor Who. So guess what? You're wrong. You're wrong. Oh my God. Your source is wrong, and you're wrong, and your buddies are wrong. You're wrong. I just put Disney Plus on before. Doctor Who is every fucking place on Disney Plus. Can watch it whatever the fuck I want to watch. I want to watch the specials. I want to watch season 1 and 2. It's fucking there. As big as motherfucking life. You're wrong. All that shit, and you're full of shit. Wrong. And you wanted to, everybody wanted to come out, the war between the land and the sea, because they want to be able to say definitively in 2025 that Disney's done with Doctor Who, or they want a way to prove it. No, you're going to be made to be motherfucking liars once New Year's hits into 2026, and you go on Disney Plus, and Doctor Who's still there, you fucking lied. You're wrong. Your source is full of shit. You're full of shit. And you could fucking have all your fucking flunkies and all your bitches attack me and bully me, try to off all social media and harass me and videos and all kinds of shit, and you got you no fucking place. No place. Although something happened to you now. I don't know what the fuck that's about. Maybe you pissed somebody else off, but shit. Can't just fucking coexist now. Disney, Doctor Who, still together. Eat shit. Guess what? No, you don't like this. Russell T. Davis is still the showrunner. Oh shit. Bad Wolf still in charge. Oh shit. Guess what, motherfuckers? The TARDIS is not dismantled. Some of you tried to say it the first time, then most of you said it the second time. Bullshit. Eat shit. How about that? Eat shit with that. Okay? I'm laughing my ass off because you're all eat shit. Because you're all full of shit. All of you. The TARDIS is taken apart. The thing is so motherfucking big, that place. You realize that? Do you realize how big that fucking shit is? That they could leave that in there for fucking 10 years and not even miss the space. Okay? So no. There's no way that TARDIS is getting dismantled. No way. But anyway. There'll be more Real Whovians casts. I'm glad I got a little spark in my step tonight, talking about Doctor Who, even though I'm in massive fucking agony right now with this after effects with the surgery, but it's hurting so bad just to talk. But you know what? I'm happy I came back tonight, talked to A20s. You know, that's pretty much it. All right. Thank you guys for listening. Take care. Bye for now.